Welcome back to this channel. Listen, today we're gonna be reacting to a video from the Superior Few. I'm saying the title of the video is "The Death of Masculinity." All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's see what he have to say. Listen, before we start the video, hope everybody out there having a good day. I'm saying living good. I'm saying enjoying themselves. But let's get into the video now.
Masculinity is a leftover from the past. In today's confusing environment, the distinctions between the sexes are becoming increasingly blurred. On the surface, it appears to be getting worse every day. It appears to be harmless at first glance, yet it is quite dangerous when dived into. Man has just forgotten what it means to be a man. These males are unsure of who they are and are only interested in getting highs and affirmation from being eye candy. Women fall for these soy boys because it's trendy, but no woman would be pleased with a man who doesn't know how to be a man. This is why relationships are so volatile these days. Most of these lads are so in touch with their feminine side that they lose sight of their masculinity. This is resulting in feminine guys who are uncertain, sexually confused, and emotionally depressed because they don't know who they are, as well as superficial men.
Tell you why. Now listen, there's a because what they see on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, Snap, whatever it is, right? They see it and then they wanna, oh, I wanna become that person, I wanna be like that person. Right? So in the process of trying to be that person, they lose themselves. They don't even know who they are. They're confused. They're lost. They have no sense of direction because there's nobody to guide them. There's nobody to tell them, listen, I wouldn't say you shouldn't act this way, but like, there's a certain way you should act as a man. And it's not how you dress or anything. It's like the way you carry yourself, the way you speak. Right? It's not always about, oh, you gotta wear some clothes. You can wear any clothes you want, but the way you talk to people, the way you treat people is like, then people know if you're masculine because you can even be buff, but then just the way you act is very feminine. Right? And with these guys, what they see, because it's trending, right? Since it's trending, everybody hop on the trend, jump on the trend, and then people just go in and think, oh, life is gonna be good. When in the long run, it's gonna have an effect on you. It's gonna affect you it's gonna affect you because you're not being yourself. You're putting on a show, putting on your clown mask just for people to see you for what something that's trending for probably a year or two, probably even a few months. Right? And one more thing, in society, it's like everything is okay. It's okay to be weak and just give in. Right? There's no more fight, no more drive. There's none of that. Is everybody comfortable? Right? They sit back. Eat nastiness, get a big belly, and then okay, oh, that's life. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. The more you wait, Bella, the later it get.
Who lack masculinity's depth. TikTok takes the cake when it comes to hastening the abolition of
Facts.
masculinity. And what does this mean for women? The situation is identical.
And oh my God. And that's the thing, right? It's not only affecting like the middle age, right, young men, but like the younger boys. That's like probably like, it's a from like I can't for this. I would say from like probably age 10 to like probably 16, 17. From age 11 going up. That's all they see. So tell you what, they wanna jump on the trend too and do it. And be like everybody else. Because that's all they know, that's all they see, that's all they watch. Because that's all the algorithm's sending to them and pushing out there. Right? Like I said, that's what's trending. So that's what the kids will see. Right? So that's the only that's the only part of influence they have on that app. That's because that's all they watch, that's all they see, that's all they consume on a daily basis. So that's all they know. So that's okay, that's trending, I wanna do that, And that's where they get confused. And then when they get older, then depression kicks in. All kinds of stuff kicks in. Because tell you what, they're not being themselves from the beginning. There's no guidance. Probably their mom and their dad not teaching them nothing about stuff like that. It's very rare if you get a parent who really teach their son or their daughter on, on these kind of things. And tell you what, probably their parents get into the same thing. So then they really doomed for life then, because the parents doing the same thing the kids doing, right? When the kid gotta look up to the parent, and then the parent got to tell them what's right and what's wrong, and how things are. Crazy, man.
Women must develop their manly side to shoulder the strain as the number of weak men increases. They must become more diligent and strategic in their approach. They must make decisions and take the initiative. This is incredibly stressful on her nature because she was not created for it. This is why women are more unsatisfied with males than ever before in the modern day, because men are now doing everything but being men. This isn't to suggest that women are becoming better at being women. It's becoming as, if not more, discouraging from that perspective, but I feel males are to blame for the shift in female conduct. Women will always rise to meet our expectations.
But listen, we as men, we lead. We set the tone, so whatever whatever tone we set, the women will follow. That's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. The tone we set, right? They will follow. They will. So listen. If every guy want to be feminine, okay, so shit, then they gotta be masculine. They gotta take on the role we don't have, right? If you're girly, but you gotta get out of that. You have to. You cannot continue being weak. Stop being so weak, brother. Stop. Right? I don't care what people say, brother. There's just some things that I just cannot do. I don't care how much money you give me. It's like, because I know who I am. Right? And stop doing things just because everybody else doing it, especially if you're a younger kid watching this video. Right? Stop trying to be like everybody else. Be yourself. Be you. Do what you want to do. What not what everybody else doing. Right? Because listen, if today if I follow what other people do, I'm losing track of who I am and myself. Right? Instead of doing what I like, not following the crowd. The crowd go run left. I'm standing right here because I know what I'm about. But because somebody else said, "Oh, run that way," the whole crowd is gonna run that way. Because they like sheeps. The master said, "Oh, go that way." They all go that way. No, I'm staying right here. I'm staying right here. You gotta know where you stand and what kind of person you are. So listen to other people and letting people fully head with a bunch of nonsense. Now listen, if somebody telling you something that's valuable to you and helping you to better your life, and you can take whatever they say and apply it to your life so you can be a better person, that's good. That's good information. I'll never say don't take that information. But if it's some BS and some nonsense, don't listen to that. I don't care who it is. It could be probably your own parents. But if you know different and you say, tell you what they saying is some BS, right? Don't be disrespectful. Still be respectfully living. Listen, even though you don't agree with what somebody said, you still gotta respect them, and that's their opinion. That's your opinion, all right. But me personally, I'm not doing that. But still respect people's opinion. But you know deep in your mind who you are and what you want to do, stick to that. Because listen, if you step off your lane and try to go in another lane where somebody tell you, oh, you should go in that lane, you'll lose yourself. You will lose yourself. Trust me. You will lose yourself, brother. Or sister, man or woman watching this video. It goes for everybody. It's not just only men. Even though it's about masculine, but even with women too, it's the same thing.
These days, boys are typically more feminine than ladies. The main issue is, between them is tenuous at best. This is why Generation Z is so depressing and always realistic. They have no idea.
And tell you what, that's one reason why a lot of women are being so disrespectful to men. People say, oh, the women are the problem. No, we are the problem. We have to change. If you want to change, don't try to change nobody else. Change yourself first. Change you. Master who you are. Master that. When you master that, right? The brain, the body, and everything. When you master that, then other people will see you and say, tell you what, I trust what he do. I trust what he say. And then people will want to follow you, right? Because people see the work you put in. They're like, okay, tell you what, he put in that work. Probably he can teach me something, right? So I can become better. Listen, it's not. It's not like, oh, I'm better than somebody. No, it's not you better than somebody. You just living your life in a certain way that's good for you. That's gonna help you become a better person. In whatever part of, life you live in, just to become better. There's just some things you just wouldn't do. I don't care how much amount of money people would give you to do it, but you're like, nah. Because you see your morals is important to you. Always. Right? Simple, people.
Yeah, who they are because everything is allowed. And the present tendency of being anyone you want is destroying the minds of this generation. They're fatigued from option fatigue because they can be almost anything they want because male and female are now equal in every way. And it's considered as
No, that's a problem. And one thing, listen, I don't like a lot of this stuff. I don't pay attention to it until probably I watch a video or something and people talk about it. I'm like, hold on, I never heard that. Just like how do you say hold on. Oh man, I forgot. Hold on, lost my train of thought. When kids are like, oh, they, them, how you say that? I forgot. Jesus. What's your pronouns? That's one right there. They, them. What is they, them? And you see, and that's the problem. They, them. What when you say them, you're talking to a whole bunch of people, to a group of people. How them? You're one person. Oh, I got different personalities. No, you see, that's some crazy mindset. I don't know where people get that from. Now listen, now with this younger generation, how they get them is they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. So you can manipulate an audience who don't know nothing very easily. You can easily manipulate an audience who don't know nothing. Always remember that if somebody don't know something, you can manipulate them to believe in something that's probably not even true. Just how it just depends in the way you deliver it to them. Make it so believable, so real, so true. And trust me, your people will run along with it. Just like the zodiac sign, right? You see the women saying, oh, if you that side, that means you're toxic, or this, you that, this, you that. That don't apply to everybody. That's not how everybody live their life. I don't know where they get that from, but that's what they make them believe. Right? They make it so realistic with what you see in the books, and when you research it, make it sound so realistic, so believable, so true. That majority of them just think, oh, if you're Gemini, you're toxic, you're this, you're that, or you're Cancer, you're this, you're that. It's like I said, because they make it sound so believable, right? And that's where the problem is. Jesus Christ, let's get back into it, bro.
Boys feel proud of themselves for doing feminine things. Women are doing anything they want this ratio is disrupted, they will be dissatisfied, and as a result, they will cheat or move on to the next man because she is unable to find a man who knows what a
You see, and that's why a lot of wives cheat on their husbands or girlfriends cheat on their boyfriend. Jesus Christ. And tell you what, yo, it's too common. It's too you see too much. Man, it's like you see too much, brother, and that's sad. Right? You see too much, too much. You ever know? Probably your own friend might be doing it. You never know.
man is meant to do, and women compete with men as if their lives depend on it. Soy boys will soon be leading countries and occupying key positions. Consider the chaos that an indecisive guy will create.
Just tell you what. Because yo, like I tell you, that's what they see. That's all they see. That's all they see. Yo, let me tell you something. If you wanna control, yo, listen. If you wanna control a child into doing whatever you want them to do, you start at a young age, right? You feed them. Listen, you feed them whatever you feed them whatever you want them to see from when they're young. So listen. So that's in their mind that I can do this, I can do that, or I can be weak, right? From a young age. If you listen, if you put that in their head and then they grow up keep thinking that, you keep showing them that image or whatever it is, keep feeding that to them. That's all. Listen, that's all they'll know. Because you manipulate the mind to think in such a way that's the only thing they know, right? Good example. When you was a young kid, for anybody watching, right? You would know, like your mom would give you a certain look, and you know that I shouldn't be doing that, and you would know that in your mind, you know, tell you what, I shouldn't do that, because the look she gives you, right? You just know, okay, I'm doing something wrong. I'm about to do something bad. Okay, let me calm down. Let me relax. Let me cool down, right? So then, by that time, you know when she gives you that look, you know not to do that. Not to say, if you're about to say something, she gives you a look, you know not to say that, not to do that. The same way how you manipulate a child's mind when they're young into doing whatever you want them to do.
A man who is masculine is punctual, dependable, and resolute. So a youngster, on the other hand, understands how to look nice and win likes on his latest TikTok dance. Consider these young men becoming parents and parent.
You see, and with that, looking nice, the vanity, material vanity, that's all they know. Looking good, buying the clothes for whatever how much amount of money that they will spend on is like, but they not knowing that, like, that don't bring you true happiness. Because when you put down, listen, when I put down that phone and I'm not making a video, am I happy? Right? Listen, can I sit down and be happy with myself, be content in myself? A lot of people cannot do that, because tell you what, they constantly on their posting, searching for validation from the outside crowd, right? So just imagine that validation from the outside crowd stops. What are you gonna do? Your mind is gonna run crazy because you haven't mastered being by yourself. You haven't mastered being happy with your own self, right? You haven't mastered being by your own self. You haven't mastered that. So then you think that other people, oh, their validation will make me happy. But you're not knowing that's damaging your mind. And you gotta learn how to be by yourself, spend time with yourself, to know who you are, to know yourself, to understand what you like and dislike, what you can do and not do, right?
Parenting future generations. society will become completely dysfunctional as a result of the blurring gender lines, and the equilibrium will be thrown off. Depression is so common among generations, see that even their humor is realistic, hazy, gloomy, and perplexing. This depicts a severe identity crisis. These children require our assistance. Real male and female role models are required. Otherwise, this age may produce a future in which masculinity and femininity are permanently buried, and sadness and...
But you see, we don't have it as much. Like, all these problems now, you start from the root. You have to go back to the root. Because listen, the tree will grow. The tree will grow, trust me. Right? But you keep looking at the branches. Oh, but the branches looking at the leaves, it's not bearing nothing. No, you have to go back to the roots. Something's wrong with the root of the tree. Right? So when you see these kids, you have to go back to their parents, to the household, how they were raised. Because that will play a big part into who that build them into when they get older. Right? So if you see that child probably used to get treated that way or this way, or their mom used to tell them this, or their dad used to tell them that, a lot of that plays into how they grow up and how they see things, and how they act, how they treat others, how they treat their own selves. Right? Like I tell you, you have to go to the root of the problem. You can't just say, oh, that's the problem right there. No, you have to go back in time, or whatever it is. You gotta talk to the parents. You gotta see how the kids were raised. See the role of the mom, the mom and the dad in the household. See if that child was getting any love from his mom or his dad or her dad or her mom, whatever it is.
Identity crises become the new normal. If you're a member of Generation Z, you should watch these videos. They define masculinity and femininity in its purest form. They will undoubtedly strike a chord with you, because these videos speak straight to your nature.
That's probably the end of the video. And listen, it's so easy to get distracted and just fall into it. It's so easy. So you have to ground yourself in such a way that you see the nonsense, you see the BS. You're like, tell what, I cannot do that. That's not for me. That does not represent who I am. So when you realize it and you see it from a different lens, because not everybody sees things the same way. But you must see them, pull back from it and say, that's not me. Let them do them, but I'm going to stay true to who I am. Always remember that. Listen, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, and I'm going to see you in the next one.